أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. التحيات لله الزاكيات لله الطيبات صلوات لله. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أيها المستمعون الكرام، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I welcome also to the third chapter of our lesson, Learn how to read Qur'an. At the end of this chapter, bi'Iznillah, I want also to move more closer to our Qur'an and as well create more time on our own to practice. Let's create more time to practice. At the last chapter, we were talking about the Arabic symbols and the usage. We focus our deliberation on Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma and Sukun. For this chapter, we will be continuing our lesson on the Arabic symbols, the remaining four of them. And the second one for this chapter will be what we called Huruf al-Mad, the elongation alphabet and the usage. So to move forward, in this column we'll be talking about Fathatan, Kasratan and Dhammatan. At the last chapter I made mention of a relationship and a correlation between Fatha, Kasra and Dhamma with Fathatan, Kasratan and Dhammatan. The simple correlation between Fatha, Kasra and Dhamma and Fathatan, Kasratan and Dhammatan is Fathatan, Kasratan and Dhammatan, their pronunciation is just the dual pronunciation of that of Fatha, Kasra and Dhamma. That means we said at the last chapter that Fatha, Kasra and Dhamma, their sound is an, a, I, U. That's Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma. A, I, U. Fatha will be at the top, Kasra will be at the bottom, and Dhamma will be at the top of alphabet respectively. So as for Fathatan, Kasratan and Dhammatan, the same thing applicable to them, but the only difference is their pronunciation. For Fathatan, which is going to be an, in, un, in, un respectively. Fatha, the single Fatha sound as a, but Fathatan will sound as an. And please, I would like you to ignore this T here, this letter T. The sound as an, in, and on respectively. So the first thing we should note here is that this tan means double. So that means Fatha, one single Fatha. Fathatan means two Fathas. Kasra, that's for one single Kasra. Then Kasratan means double Kasra. Dhamma, that is one single Dhamma, and Dhammatan means double Dhamma. As you can see, this is two Dhammas, two Kasra and two Fatha. Then how do we spell and pronounce each of these symbols? As for Fathatan, we have here Ain Kasra, Ain, so the sign at the bottom is Kasra, Ain Kasra A, Lam Sukun Il, Mim Fathatan, Ilman. As for Fathatan, most of its occurrences, it will be having harf at the end of it most times. So this is Fathatan, Ilman, Fahman, Hikman, Rizqan. There is an omission of Kasra here and Sukun. Bear with me please. Rizqan. As for Kasratan, the same thing. Instead of Kasra sound alone, that sound as E, Kasratan will sound as in with the dual pronunciation. So we have in, min, qalbin, qalbin, sijnin, sijnin, jundin, jundin, with kasratan at the bottom of harfu dal here. As for dumatan, we have ilmun, 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 rijsun, rijsun, makrun, makrun, zulmun, zulmun. You can see the pronunciation of dumatan is just the dual of that of duma. Assuming it, we only have a duma sign here, it will be makru, makru. So the dual pronunciation of duma of u now makes it un. Now we have makrun, makrun instead of makru with a single duma. I hope you understand that. Now moving forward to the symbol shadda. So I said shadda is pronounced as two similar alphabets joined together. The first similar alphabet with sukun and the other with another symbol. So that means shadda itself entails two different symbols on its own, which is sukun. The first of it is going to be with sukun, but the second one is going to be the symbol that the shadda is with. So if it's shadda dhamma, then dhamma will follow the sukun. As such, for its sound to be noted when using a word, it should be pronounced with emphasis. So that means let's look at this example. This is harf qaf. If we want to spell this, as I've said in the second chapter, I said if we want to spell an alphabet with symbol, we'll pronounce the alphabet first and pronouncing the corresponding symbol on top of it. So if we want to spell this, it's gonna be qaf shadda dhamma, qaf shadda dhamma, qaf shadda dhamma. Now let's look at qaf shadda dhamma in use in word. This qaf shadda dhamma, this is its breakdown here, as we've said in this explanation, that shadda entails sukun and the symbol that the shadda itself follows. So that means if this is the breakdown of this, let's apply it here. That let's take out this qaf generally and put in these two in replace of this. So that means if we want to spell and pronounce this, we will have al-ha. Let's assume qaf sukun follows this, al-haq, right? Alif fatha, lam sukun, al-ha fatha, al-ha, qaf sukun. Don't forget we are taking out this and replacing it with both of it. Al-ha. Now we will have al-aq. Now another qaf with dhamma following it. It will now be al-haqku, al-haqku, al-haqku. You can see how complicated that might have been if we want to pronounce it that way. So that is the work of shadda. So instead of we having this double the same alphabet following one another, complicating our pronunciation, now shadda comes in. So that means the use of shadda is in replacement of an alphabet with sukun and the same alphabet with another sign. Here now we have al-haqku, al-haqku with shadda. Assuming we don't have shadda, it will only, and we have just this dhamma, it will only sound as al-haqku, al-haqku, but with shadda it will be al-haqku. Here we have dalla, dalla, likulli, likulli. The last one is hubbi, 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 with harf of ha dhamma and harf of ba kasra. Now let's try to make a little practice. These are verses from the Qur'an. This is Surah Al-Ikhlas. It is Surah Al-Ikhlas, the 112th chapter of the Qur'an, and try to recite this surah. As I've said at the beginning of this chapter, that at the end of this chapter generally, I want us to move more closer to our Quran and challenge ourselves to read on our own. I pray Almighty Allah make it easy. Moving forward to what we call huruf al-madd. Huruf al-madd in general, there are three. We have harf al-alif, harf ya, and harf wa. Harf al-halif, harf ya, and harf wa. To make it more understandable, harf al-halif, don't mind when this chapter entails a lot of lessons. I beg you to bear with me. Harfu halif. Harfu halif will the symbol, the alphabet halif is used with symbol fatha to make a short elongation. All of these huruf al-maddi, all of these alphabets, they had to make short elongation. Now, harfu halif will be following. For this to make an elongation, it will follow the symbol fatha. It will follow the symbol fatha. Harfu ya, for it to make a complete short elongation, it will follow the symbol kasra. And harfu wa, for its elongation to be noticed, it will follow the symbol dhamma. However, you might come across a symbol like this. Mostly on halif. So that symbol is used for long elongation. Now this is halif as an elongation. Don't forget I said something like that here, that I will talk about that when we go to huruf al-maddi. Now coming back here, same thing we have here. Alif, this is mim fatha. Anyway, I said halif will follow fatha always. If it is mad, if it is an elongation alphabet, if it is harful mad, it will always follow fatha. So there shouldn't be a misconception there of halif. So if it follow fatha, automatically it's an elongation alphabet. Same thing with ya, it will always follow kasra. Same thing with waw, it will always follow dhamma. So that means alif with fatha, ya with kasra, and waw with dhamma respectively. Now if we want to spell and pronounce it, it will be mim fatha alif mad. Mim fatha alif mad. If it's only this mim fatha without the inclusion of this harful maddi, it will be mim fatha ma. But to pronounce this and to give this mim its elongation because of this alif, it will be spelled and pronounced as mim fatha alif maddi ma. Then we have lam kasra li, kaf dummatan, kun ma di kun, ain fatha alif mad, lam fatha lam, mim kasra yawmat, mim kasra yawmat, mi nun fatha na, alamina, ra'ufun, that is hamza dhamma waw mad, ra'ufun, razikun. Without this it will be razikun, but with this it will be razikun. Rahimun, ulaika. Let's try to pause this and pronounce all of these on our own. Now this sound that I said, it is for long elongation, and mostly we will be saying it on alif, most times on alif each, sometimes on waw, sometimes on ya, but mostly it do always appear on alif in the Qur'an. So it is, instead of the short elongation, it will now be alif. Anywhere we see this on top of alphabet, it's just for long elongation. At the end of this chapter, we've completed the Arabic symbols and as well completed the huruf al-maddi, the elongation signs, both the short elongation, which is alif, waw and ya, and the long elongation. I pray Almighty Allah make this very easy and beneficial to us. Please kindly drop your questions, and inshallah we will respond to you. So this is gonna be the end of this chapter. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك الرجعى أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى أرأيت إن كان على الهدى أو أمر بالتقوى